Hello and welcome to the Voice Online Community Radio Station, broadcasting to you right from Westbury, Johannesburg. So we are excited to have a group of young people in the studio with us this morning, just so that we can hear from them who they are, what they do. Obviously, you know, as the radio station, we are international. People are listening from all over the world. Earlier on, we had people listening from Namibia. I had people tuning in from London as well. So wherever in the world you are listening in from, let us know where you're at so that we can give you a shout out as the voice, and also Mr. Shakes behind the mic. Yeah, we are excited to be back on air. It's been a while. I've been absent for a while. Today I'm producing myself. The guys from Into the Deep End. Normally I work with a producer in the studio. But this morning it's not about me, it's about these young people that are making an indelible impact in the lives of young people and old alike in the community of Westbury. I have here with me Elroy. His surname is Daniels. Coming from the Westbury area, that is a very big surname, but he assured me that it's no relation to the late Anflori Daniels, one of the stalwarts of the march that happened in Pretoria on Parliament in 1955. It is Women's Month, so it is important that South Africa knows that the organizer for that particular event, it was Mrs. Flori Daniels. And unfortunately, she didn't get her a place in the sun. She was never acknowledged. I think Jacob Zuma mentioned her once. But it's sad because we hear about everybody else, but we don't hear Anflori, and this is her neighborhood where we are broadcasting from. So I want to pay homage to a great woman during Women's Month. So yeah, God is good, and we thank God that there's another Daniels who decided to take up the baton. So Elroy, good morning to you and welcome to our show this morning. Please tell us which organization you are representing, and what is this organization all about?
Good morning everybody. Good morning Uncle Shakes. As I have heard today, I know him as Uncle Bevan, but I'm really honored to be here, and thank you for management for giving us this platform. We don't really get these opportunities as young people, and yeah, we're not going to be taking it like we always take every opportunity that God has given us. I must always speak about the word of God, say thank you to God for giving us this opportunity. And yeah, you know, they say that I also thought that I was some of Miss Daniel's family, but unfortunately, it's Maneta Nocha Daniel.
Jy sal nooit
Ja.
tot 'n uncle of 'n oupa opdag en sê, hey, jy was jou groot auntie.
So yeah, but in sometimes Uncle Shakes, we might be related, you never know. So yeah, that is what I've said. And the reason why I actually started this, Miss Daniels is the backbone. I said I wanted to walk in the footsteps of a legend. So she's the reason why I actually basically started this thing. And basically Don Matera as well. We have many legends coming from Westbury, and I told myself, you know what, there's nothing positive happening in Westbury. There's too many negative things happening. There is so much that actually makes the community, like their minds is closed. And I told myself, you know what, as a young man, let me create something positive. And then this is how I started what an organization which is called the Pig Squad League, right? So basically Pig Squad started from soccer to dancing, from dancing to cleaning. And it just started growing and growing and growing. The reason why I said soccer, I was reminded about Bernard Parker. You know, his next door neighbor saw the gift that he had. And that is basically, we have many legends coming from Westbury. Besides the Don Matera, the Miss Daniels, we have Stanton Fredericks, we have Junaid Hartley, we have Keegan Dolly, we have Stephen Pinar, we have Regan Noble. The list just goes on and on. We have famous boxers from Westbury, and we want to create an historical site in Westbury. So this is platforms that is giving us an opportunity where we can actually showcase what we have in Westbury, and we're going to be creating an historical site that will be displaying the whole of Westbury. Nevertheless, like I said, we have been growing in terms of us cleaning the community, because we believe that cleanliness is next to godliness.
Amen.
I didn't just start cleaning because of the G20. That is why people really need to start understanding. Because you know what? Since the G20 came, a lot of people started cleaning their communities. Even government organization entities, they went out to go and clean Johannesburg. The most, let us not say the most filthiest place, but a place where it was very, very clean back in the apartheid days. That is what I've heard. So I told myself, you know what, I started cleaning the bicycle lanes. That was like maybe a year ago. And then the reason why for me cleaning the bicycle lane is that we would love our young people to utilize a lot of spaces. And ever since then, I just kept on believing, you know what, we should start cleaning our community where we're not going to be living into filth. I know we don't have dustbins, but it doesn't give us the right to dump. Because not only does dumping just create basically maybe like how can I call it? It actually makes our community dirty, but it creates rats, and rats is not a good thing because you can't even sleep with a rat in a house. And most of all, it also blocks the sewage drains. Second of all, it's causing air pollution because if people pick it up, don't come out to come and clean, they burn the waste. So that is toxic air going into the. So basically, I decided, you know what? When we clean a dumping spot, we take it over, meaning we beautify it. So people see a dumping spot, but I don't see a dumping spot. I see a place where we can create a beautiful park.
Tell me, how big is your organization? How many guys do you have working with you? How many people are involved in what you do?
So far, we started as a small group, but eventually it grew. We are almost sitting at close to 200 and something volunteers. And some of the volunteers, yes, they do get money, but as others, they don't get money because it depends where we go and clean.
Speaking about money, who funds your projects?
Okay, first of all, I have seen the volunteers dropping out one by one because we've been doing it volunteeringly. And I have an old boss where I have a good relationship with that, where we do parenting. So basically, my boss always helps me whenever I need money. It's like sometimes when I go and do night shifts, he will give me funds. And then this is how I started. So far, I spent like close to 12 to 13,000 rand just giving the volunteers as little as 10 rand, 20 rand, because remember, they need to put food on the table. And that is why we started with a thing called the breadwinner. And we also do like something that is called the idle minds, where young men sit on the street corners.
Talk to me about the breadwinner first, so I can get an idea of what that is about.
Okay, so basically the breadwinner is like not an elderly person, but someone who's old. So when he goes back home, he needs to put food on the table. Whether it might be a loaf of bread, whether it might just be giving his kids a little, maybe like as little as a 5 rand. So I want him to go back home after cleaning up, like maybe because I have a lot of elderly women that is also working with me.
Powerful.
So when she goes home, there's a lot of them, there's people that goes hungry to bed.
And it's so sad.
Yeah, so it's very sad. So we don't really have a lot of feeding schemes in the community, but at least that 50 rand that I give them, he can either maybe put a pot of food on the table, where it can be potatoes, a loaf of bread. At least she goes and do something, and that is why I felt that as little as 10 rand, 20 rand, 50 rand, and it started growing, and we do get people that actually does now and then give us that little, but it might be 100 rand or 50 rand, but we know that that can go a long way.
So clearly there's a great need for what you do, and you need assistance as well. If you're listening out there from wherever in the world it is, and you feel that this is the call on your life to assist and support Elroy and his team as the PIC Squad League. They pick up the dirt. So that is what the PIC is all about. But they don't only pick up the dirt, they pick up talent. They pick up everything that is positive, and now they've come to The Voice to broadcast what they are doing. So if you want to take them by the hand financially, you can contact us, or you can contact him directly in 078-737-4550, or you can contact us in the studio at 073-596-8948. Or you can tune in to our Facebook page, also on our YouTube podcast. You can just leave your details and we will be in touch with you so that you can assist this young man. Also, we have in the studio with us somebody we interviewed last week who also has the community in her heart, on her heart, by her heart. And we have Ashlyn Jacobs with us again. Remember you guys tuned in, and we were doing the Miss Township Pretoria contest with her, that she's the one of the contestants, and we want you to vote for her because she's very positive about the community. But today she's still wearing the sash, but she's wearing another cap today. That was for Miss Township. And today, Ash, what brings you to the studio today?
Good morning, Mr.
Good day.
Shakes. I would like to greet you. What brings me here today is I've recently met someone, which is Mr. Daniels.
Right.
And we met through something positive. I needed his help, and in the same way, I'm also helping him. Because I think volunteering is helping, you understand? That's why I'm not a person that, I do volunteer, like naturally. My job is to volunteer. But I don't always expect something big, but you know that I am a young girl. Basically, I
Right.
also have needs. So
Right.
what brought me here today is that my cry goes out to the young children out there that I see on the corners asking to rent. And then all we can say is that hulle vra net, but we don't know what is really happening at home.
True that. So ultimately, how do you guys collaborate, or what is the plan between what you do and what Elroy does?
So what I like about Elroy is that I learned a few leadership qualities from Elroy. And what I like about him is that he brought together people whereby we stereotype in a way that colors can't stand together.
Ish.
You see, so what Elroy is doing is showing that we can stand together, and once we unite, we can move forward and do things positively. So if we just all can have the same mindset, if it was possible.
True that. Elroy, coming back to you, because it is so crucial. You said you have over 200 people assisting you. That is phenomenal. The question that comes to mind is, we do have counselors in the areas. How do you guys collaborate or work together, if any? What is the relationship there?
Okay, first of all, let me share in terms of where the ward councillors basically comes in, right? Remember, we have, our community is divided into two sections, which is Ward 82 and Ward 69. So basically where we have one ward that belongs to the PA, the other ward belongs to the DA. And that is why I came up with a concept that says my kasi is your kasi. So it doesn't mean that, and as Ashna also said, where we as a colored community come together, where I bring people together from all different communities, and we just go around and cleaning the community. But in terms of the ward councillors, first of all, I would love to do this, because if I don't do this, I feel that God is going to punish me. I don't know in which way, but you know, the ward councillor Marilyn from Ward 82, the first, when I just started this thing, she bought me 2 rakes and 2 spades. And you know what? Giving me 2 rakes and 2 spades, it allowed me to do 10 times more than what I thought I was going to do. And I am very, very grateful and thankful for that opportunity that she has given me. But in terms of financial support, I can also say another thing, where she basically invited me to come and clean at another place where they were supposed to be laying Ecolic gas. And those guys, they gave me money. They asked me how much do you want, and I told them, no, give something from your heart, because remember, we just want to clean. And because of me, I have this heart where I don't just keep like just give people whatever I feel that I want to give them. Where I get the 2,000 rand, I share it amongst us, because I believe that it's not just my organization, but it's our organization. And that is where the ward councillor actually managed to help me. But in terms of us moving forward, we didn't start building a good relationship. Okay, what the ward councillor in Ward 69, there's not really much interaction with there as well. So that's the reason why we say, you know what, if we're gonna be sitting back and waiting for ward councillors to support us, our community will be going nowhere. So I told myself, whether we get support from them, whether we don't get support, we still go out and we clean our communities.
Awesome.
And that is why we kept on doing what we are doing till today.
No, I like that approach, because at the end of the day, it's just sad that some of the councillors in our communities, they don't step up. And some of them are just there to collect salaries, which is very sad. But there are those that are also of a willing heart, who support what you do. So I'm grateful for that. That is why it comes down to the vote, and this is voting season.
Yes.
When I came to the studio, I saw one political party cleaning up, there by no side. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. It's that time of the year.
Yes.
We're going to see quite a lot of that. But why must people wait until that time, when the vote is needed, for people to step up and keep the community clean?
I have been speaking about it a couple of days ago, and I will continuously speaking about it. I have told people, you know what, now is an opportunity for any political party to go out and to show that they are visible. But what I actually inspired the people, I told them, what happens after the 4th of November? Are they gonna still go out and clean? And you know what? I told myself, instead of them going out to go and clean, here we are as the big squad. We have over 260 volunteers. Why don't they come to us and say, listen here we have X amount of money. You guys go out and clean. You guys go, as you are doing the bread, the breadwinner thing. Why don't you guys give us people? And that is what actually breaks my heart. They go out, they wear their t-shirts, they clean. But instead of saying, listen here, come we check what organization has been doing the work from day one.
Yes.
Come we go out, come we support them, because that is how you create jobs. You might only be creating jobs maybe for 1 week, but at least the community can say, you know what, Uncle Shakes came and he made us to like maybe at least employ, say, 100 young people within the course of, it doesn't even have to be 100. Let me not miss this opportunity. There's an organization called the New Pathways. They're from Eldorado Park. And then I found this the post, right? And then they came into our community. They were supposed to come and clean. And then I stopped this lady and I said, listen here, we have been doing the work in Westbury. It will only be but good that you come and employ our young people in our community. And then she managed to employ 15 young people underneath the Big Squad League.
Wow.
So 15 young people is getting a stipend of 1,500. They're going to be working for 6 months. That's almost close to 130,000 rand. Those are the things that we want to communicate in terms of like when you go into a community. That's why we say my kasi is your kasi. I can't go into Eldorado Park from Westbury cleaning Eldorado Park. Whereas I can rather say, Uncle Shakes, don't you have 15 young people? I would love to employ them. We have X amount of money. Let us employ the young people, and that is how you will manage to win votes. Not for you to go and clean. We don't need people to come and clean our community.
Just so show your support.
Show your support, and then so yeah, I just feel that anybody can go and clean.
Yeah, because I mean, when it's election season, you only see them once or twice within a community to come and clean up. But you guys are here on a continuous basis. Is that what you're saying?
Most definitely.
Absolutely. No, look, guys, for me, it is crucial that we send this message out to the world. If there's counselors listening in and you guys feel that this is the way to go, you want to take this young man and his team by the hand. And like you rightfully said, and I think it makes a lot of sense, that you need cleaning on an ongoing basis. But the sad part also is, why should we have organizations like this to clean up, whereas there is a municipality who receives rates and tax money from the taxpayer? And this is the duty of the city to make sure that the communities are kept clean. But now we see young people, like this is what I've seen in East London, for instance, and many other communities. There are so many potholes.
Yes.
And we find the people from the community now come and they use sand and then they make mud basically because there's no binding component, and then they fill up these holes because they are so deep, because it really disturbs the free flow of traffic, and it becomes dangerous because some of these potholes are almost in the middle of the road, so the car has to go over the white line, So it's sad when we see that these opportunities now arise, but yet there is a municipality. And I would like your honest response to that.
Okay.
Be as brutally honest as you want to be. This is community radio.
Okay, so yeah, as you guys also heard, this is the radio station called It Is The Voice. So I'm speaking, let us broadcast this radio station. I just feel that, and also like I said on Facebook, international news always have the bad things to say about our community, but yeah, they don't have an opportunity to spotlight the good, things that we're doing. And like Uncle Shakes actually said, you know what? Besides me doing cleanups, I do a lot of water reports. I go to JRA. At this point in moment of time, we are busy with the swimming pool.
Hold on. Are you telling me you're doing what councillors are supposed to be doing?
Most definitely, because the community see me as a ward councillor. I'm a jack of all trades. I do a lot. We unblock sewage drains. We do a lot. We do the work that Pick It Up was supposed to be doing. And we are not saying that we're doing it better than them. But it's being done. Yeah, it's being done. We go out of our way because we believe that this is our community. And even in terms of we do cut grass, and then one of our videos actually managed to view 36,000 views because we were cutting grass at one of the flats opposite the radio station, where a contract was given from guys from Soweto to cut the grass in our community.
From Soweto in Westbury, they got the contract there.
Yes, so most definitely they don't really cut the grass where they were supposed to be cutting it because they say this place is very violent. But as we said at Maikasi Jokasi, so we can't be having people coming from other communities coming into our community to come and clean our place, and yet they don't even cut the grass properly. And then we were cutting the grass for the people of the community, for the people of the flats, that they wouldn't even supposed to be paying that money to cut the grass, but yet we went. So we say that if we can get our own machines to go around, we even went to go and clean another lady's place.
Hold on. Let me try to understand this. Another organization or business received a contract to cut grass in Westbury. They're not from the area.
Most definitely.
They found that the area is too dangerous.
Yes.
Then they got you guys involved.
Basically how we actually got involved is that I have seen that there's certain areas where they don't really cut grass, and then we actually offer our safety to make sure that the grass is being cut. But yet, when they go to certain places, they don't really cut the grass properly.
But now, these people got a contract, which means they got paid.
They got paid.
Did they pay you guys to cut the grass here in the area?
They don't pay us. They don't pay us to do whatever we're doing. Whether it is for us to be around them for their safety, but the reason why one of those ladies at the flats actually called us to cut the grass at the back of a flat, because the grass has been growing. And those people say that Westbury is a dangerous place. They can't come into
But they're getting paid to be here.
But they're getting paid to be here.
So they're going to make the means necessary to get their own selves safe. They need to engage the police, security. That is what they're getting paid for. No. I think it's crucial that we call in the councillors who are directly involved in these communities, because somebody needs to answer. This is not about politics. This is about the people's lives. This is about an organization who sees the need for our communities to be kept clean. There are people who are getting paid to do this job. Why are you... come on, man. I don't know. Somebody out there, please give me answers. I need to know why this is being perpetuated. Yet people are getting... So these guys from Soweto are getting paid to do nothing.
Most definitely. And then another thing that I wanted to share about is like Uncle Shakes was speaking about the potholes. So there's another lady. It's like there's so many potholes in that one street, where I have reported it to JRA. Yes, they said they're going to be coming out, but you know, sometimes they take their own time. They only came out when the MMC came out, and then they started fixing that one street. There's like close to 24 potholes. And it feels like when the residents come out just to go to work, it's like you're in a driving school, because one of the ladies, she basically had to fix like 3 or 4 tires because of the potholes that is actually damaging her tires. And then she was so angry that she ended up taking money out of her own pocket, like Uncle Shakes is basically speaking. So the young man actually went to go and fetch like broken half bricks. And that is what I also did the last time. We take half bricks, we throw sand, and then we throw ready mix cement. So she took that upon herself and said, you know what, if we're gonna be waiting for the government to come and fix our place, we're gonna be taking a very long time. So if we don't take this opportunity, but remember, it's money coming out of our pocket to buy material, and it's also money to pay the young people that was doing the work. So yeah, it's very sad.
Thanks for that, because to me, calling the councillors in and asking questions is because there's always two sides to a story, right? They're not here to defend themselves. So it would be good for them to come in and give their side of the story as well, because in life there's two sides to the story.
Most definitely.
There's your side, there's the other person's side, and then there's the truth.
Yes.
Yeah, so we need to get to the truth. Actually, I know I've been neglecting you a little bit, but you know, this is crucial. This is community. What do you have to say about what we are speaking about this morning? What's your involvement? What are you going to be doing?
Everything that Elroy just said now is true, and that's what inspired me about Elroy, because who would have thought someone out there would one day get up and think, you know what, let me try and get a few willing young children, young people who are willing, let us try and clean up the community. And then now it's not just about cleaning up the dumpings in the community, no. It's about creating a historical site, as you said. One day, people have to come to Westbury and say, wow, remember this is the community, the township that they said people are being shot at and things like that. But no, wow, look actually what a beautiful place it is.
Yes.
So what I love about Elroy is that he's trying to bring that. He's not just trying to bring about change.
Yeah.
I mentioned that there are change makers in the community, and I was actually referring to Brother Elroy here next to me because like he became my new role model. Seriously.
So ultimately, I can see the synergy has potential, because whoever supports you, Ashton, will also now look at what he's doing. Whoever's supporting you will look at what you're doing, because we need brand ambassadors for what you're doing. But it is heartbreaking to hear that people from the community have to do the job that's supposed to be done by the municipality of the city. This is not on. It is not right. It's ungodly, so to speak. What did the people vote for? Because at the end of the day, South Africa is just going into a downward trajectory at the moment because of things like this. People are getting paid to do the job who are not doing the job.
Yes.
The money is not given to those who are actually doing the job. That to me will stick. So we have to wrap up this conversation, but it's important that you've got to get in touch with us here at the radio station on WhatsApp 073-569-8948, or you can get hold of Elroy directly to sponsor his project, because this thing will go on. Maybe there'll be a greater visibility now that it's election season. But 078-737-4550 is Elroy's number for Pick Squad League. And they are the people who are going to make sure that we beautify our area, our people look good, our area look good. And once things look good, then obviously positivity also kicks in. And then there's so much more that can be done. No, I'm appealing to everybody. Wherever you're listening from in the world, we need you. If you're from Westbury originally, please, guys, it's time to sow back. The pound is more than 20 rand. So please, you can at least part with a couple of pounds, I'm sure. Because in England, I'm only speaking to the English because I live there, I guess. But the point is, guys, we know that in England you are inspired to give. You see the English giving. You know, those people are so crazy about giving. They would even take out policies on their own names. And so when they pass on, the charity becomes the beneficiary of that insurance. And that is how those people live for the next person. So we want that beneficiation to come towards this neighborhoods as well. And like Elroy rightfully said, we don't only want to have this in Westbury, Eldos, Annandale, Soweto, wherever, Parkside, East London, Parkside, PE, Calvindale, all those places, Mitchell's Plain. We want you guys to take this kind of initiative. If the government is not doing their job, certainly somebody must take up and make people acutely aware that they must watch who they vote for. We can't be sentimental when it comes to voting in local government elections. We've got to look at who are the people who are working.
Most definitely.
Because it's the people on the ground who need the services to be delivered.
Most definitely.
Yo, laat ek nie 'n politieke speech maak nie, because I'm angry as I'm sitting here when I just listen to what you just shared with me, you know. So in closing, what would you like to tell the people out there?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be failing if I don't do this. You know, I'm a one young man who always give credit where it's due. And like Uncle Shakes also say, you know, we have people, like Uncle Shakes also say, we have people. The Pick Squad League has brought everybody back into Westbury. You know, there is people from overseas that has donated, like two people. The one person is actually donating money to Ashland for, okay, fine, it might not be a lot, but the little we appreciate it, because she wants Ashland to get votes. We're just waiting for that money to come through. And then there's another guy who also used to stay here by the nuclear flat because he saw what we're doing by the swimming pool. We don't want our swimming pool to look like the one in Eldorado Park where there's no swimming pool at all. So that's the reason why we're keeping that swimming pool clean, and we want it to be open come September, and it must forever stay open. So we want to say thank you for the people overseas that is seeing the good work that we're doing. Please do invest into our community. You might not be investing into the Pick Squad League, But please, there's radio stations, there's people that is working very hard. So it's not only about the Big Squad League. Please do come back, come and ask. How can you assist? Where can you financially support? It might be a radio station that maybe needs maybe more equipment, maybe more presenters, or whatsoever the course might be.
We need a heater.
We need a heater. Yeah, you want us to have a heater this one. So as I believe, come and support, and we really appreciate everybody, even our followers on Facebook. I always say you are not a follower, you are part of our family, and we really appreciate it.
Awesome.
And, the comments and everything. And,
Powerful.
Yeah, we will be moving forward, and Ashlyn is gonna be not only just Miss Pretoria but Miss World.
Watch the space. I like that. Guys, thank you so much for coming in this morning to share your story. We really value the initiative that you guys are taking. I believe that the ones younger than yourselves are watching, and you are creating good role models in our community because it is so needed. If you are listening from anywhere in South Africa, if you want to take this initiative, you can contact us. I mean, the nice thing about the radio station that we have now, we are broadcasting everywhere in the world where everyone is listening from. Let us know where you're listening from, please, so we can interact. We are currently busy with trial runs of our scheduling and just to make sure that our signal is right and everything is going smooth. Pretty soon we'll be full on, where we'll have radio station DJs and presenters doing the thing the whole day. And talking to the neighborhoods out there. So if you, wherever you're listening from, be it a business, if you want to advertise on the radio station, if you want to take Elroy and his initiative by the hand, please contact us so that we can make his dream also become a reality, because it's all about employment at the end of the day. Yeah? Bread on the table.
Yes.
No, steak on the plate.
Amen.
Not pie in the sky. Because that's what political parties tend to do. They promise you a pie in the sky. Elroy wants, and then Ashlyn wants the steak on the plate.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Mr. Shakes. It's been wonderful having you tune in our podcast, also on the radio, wherever you're listening from live. I'm so happy that this platform has been created because we want to stir the hornet's nest. Ek wil hê die councillors moet kwaad raak as hulle ons luister. And then we got to stir them into action as well. All right. So guys, thank you so much for coming into the studio. It is appreciated. May God richly bless you in all your endeavors. We're looking forward to hearing some more great stuff coming from you guys. So ultimately, this time has been spent well. The community now knows what you do. They know where you're at. And we will continue. Ashlyn, just one last question. That money that comes as a result of the interview. Please say yes.
Can you please repeat? I didn't really get it.
The finances that you received, the sponsorship, was it as a result of our interview last week?
Oh yes, and a lot of people that I'm not even familiar with came through for me, even if it was the least. But every little counts.
Yes.
Biki mark meer so.
No, I think that was
grateful because Biki I'm going to get there also.
I think that was just the prompting by the Holy Spirit to ask you the question.
Yeah.
Is it as a result of the radio station? Because at the end of the day, this is what we do. This is what we hoped to achieve, where people can get help, where communities can get fixed. That is why we created this radio station. So please put it on your channels so that people can know that there is now an online radio station.
Most definitely.
And obviously, we will make mention all the time, if and when sponsorships come through or people need to get hold of you, then we have your contact details to give to them so that...
what I want to share in terms of the question that Uncle Shakes was asking, I have a lot of followers. So basically, I'm not going to be saying it came through the radio station. There's, when we made a video in the passage, so one of those young ladies, she's also from Bosman. So basically, there's where she saw the video. And then she's been following us for a very long time. So that is basically, but if there's any sponsorships that comes from the radio station, most definitely I'm an open person.
Thank you.
I will always come and share and say, listen, here we've been receiving A, B, and C. So because we want growth and we want people to know that this radio station is not just a radio station, but it's a radio station that supports
Yes.
and encourages. So
Thank you for that. So I trust, and also leave us your page, your pages and your visibility on social media, so that we can also link. Remember, we've got TV cameras on us,
Most
and these guys are seasoned. They know how to position
Yes.
what you do out there. That is why we're also doing the live podcast while people are listening on the radio as well. All right, but guys, thank you so much for coming for taking the time out to come and share your story, to come and share your need with the communities out there. And I believe that we are going to get positive feedback pretty soon, and then we'll also see the growth and the escalation in what God is doing in and through, because it's all about the heart.
It's true.
Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. It's been brilliant having you with us. For those of you who are listening from outside, this is the voice. This is the voice for the voiceless. This is where your voice can be heard. This is the community online radio station that makes a difference, not only in the lives of people. The vision is even in your business. It needs to grow. We want those people who are making the maguinas at home. We want you to come and advertise. Come and tell us what you do. I have a vision, and people laugh at me when I say this. Why can the maguina not be served on SAA?
True.
That is then a national chow. So we got to put out there what we do. And then people need to understand that this thing is vital in our communities. That thing is a lifesaver in our community, but it's now also a delicacy.
Like a quota.
Exactly. The quota has now become a boss, and yet that was food for the poor back in the day. When we look at the ginger beer as well, you know, that comes from the communities. Why can't that be served on the national airline? Why can it not be served on various platforms? So I'm saying this to you guys because it is crucial. The time now is 11:43. You are listening to The Voice Online, the community online radio station, which was created for you guys. We want to connect your voice to the public, which we've just done with Elroy and with Ashton. And then also we want you to share your stories, and we want to amplify community life. Daar is goeie goed aan die buitekant. All we have to do is just look and listen, and then we can broadcast and tell the world that iets goed kan uit Westbury uitkom. All right. God bless you guys, and thank you so much for the time of sharing your stories with us. We'll be playing you out right now, and thank you so much for listening and tuning in.